get elimination points in BTR. Yes, they are confirming some eliminations, but BTR, they're also taking that revenge. But it's RRQ versus A6 going on here. It's the last man standing, and that is Baby. Responsibility lies on his shoulder. DRS is going to do a third party on that fight. On a different end, it's VIPERxKO knockout versus DRS versus BTR. BTR is on the verge of elimination. They only have one man standing, the last man standing. But Baby, his position is compromised. He needs to fall back, and he is trying to fall back. He has an Uzi in his hands, not a very good weapon, and he got tagged, punished, and sent to the lobby. Lapar is not going to hesitate. He's not gonna stop.
Yeah, unfortunate play there for them, but now it is gonna be the last one left for BTR, just trying to survive, trying to ride out the carnage. DRS though, also facing quite a bit of a challenge. You can see example, just bringing JD back into the fight. Now the rotation is gonna come in, but the pressure is not gonna back off anytime soon as Viper keep a nice bit of overwatch here. They've been able to deal quite a bit of carnage in the surrounding area. Will we see these shots now come to some kind of a conclusion? DRS down they go, 2 eliminations out of the second team, 13 to make their way back into that lovely lobby. 18 teams to start us off with, down to 15 to make their way.
How did VIPERxKO knockout manage to eliminate DRS, and now they have 5 elimination points? I mean, that's an underdog team from Pakistan that we're talking about. And on one side, it's DRS, the best team of Nepal. But wait a second. Kent was surprised. One more player of VIPERxKO knockout. They had no clue where the last man of BTR is. Now that they have the idea, or they're trying to fall back, they have no interest to push forward. They know that it's grand final. Losing one more player is not going to be a good thing, but BTR, they're trying to get elimination points. I mean, even if they get 1 or 2, it will be good for them. Now that they know that it's the last man standing, but BTR, they will get a response by VIPERxKO knockout. Or well, VIPERxKO knockout charge in. They have a mini bus, not a good vehicle to push, to use in a push, because it's a slow vehicle. All it can give you a lot of cover. Once again, VIPERxKO knockout, their interest is going to be there. They are trying to get one more elimination point from this fight. They know where Kent is, not exactly have the idea where this player is. The precision information is not there, but they still want to go all in. But TALON ESPORTS, another team who we saw loves to play aggressive, loves to go all in, loves to get elimination points. Has seen TALON, Akal, Erangel. We've seen this guy multiple times getting MVP title, all because he had like 4 or 5 elimination points. So Erangel is going to be the most important player for this team in every other fight. He had like 4 or 5 elimination points.
So you want to keep that momentum going. Now TALON are going to be looking to rush up onto Vampire Esports. We did see 1 or 2 of the players there from Vampire just moving up ahead. See whether or not TALON is going to look to fully commit to this. Johan and VOIN, not seeing them on this mini-map, so whatever happens here to Akal needs to be quite cautious. Can't look to risk it all just yet, but up comes that rotation. TALON now regroups a little bit more towards the northern side here, and an interesting angle to go for, but now the pressure is on the bridge. It's going to be quite a tight spot to rotate across. You can see Boom Esports locking it in. Champions Atomic getting picked on up. This is going to be putting them on a little bit of a back foot. You can see Boom Champions need to figure out how are they going to play through this. Are they going to rush the bridge, or are they going to look to play for the upset? Now making an aggressive move forward. Down goes M, and Boom now getting the tables slightly turned on them.
Absolutely, BLUZZ knew that there's only one way that he can revive his teammate, only if he decides to push on that one player who knocked him out. But as he took the player down, the entire Boom squad is going to charge in. That's not what team VOIN Esports predicted. I mean, they had no clue that if Boom Esports is going to do it. But now BLUZZ has eliminated Johan. In fact, Yummy Johan. There's Johan in TALON, and then there's Yummy Johan in Boom Esports. Yeah. So C1 now they're being surprised. They're getting surprised. They're falling back. They cannot face this domination from Boom Esports side. And I mean, falling back is a good idea. It's not too important to go all in a fight. But BLUZZ was knocked out and eliminated. C1 is down to the last minute. It's just just Kino, because the other player was already knocked out. Kino stopped for a second, once again trying to fall back. The damage is gonna be there. One more bullet. He barely survived. There are still chances that if Pubg confirms and in fact connects one more bullet, he can take him down. But yeah, I mean, Pubg's not gonna be happy. He went right under his nose. In the meantime, it's Bandit taking another fight. This time with VIPERxKO. He went right.
Let's see whether or not Boom can get that follow through. There are more engagements coming through in the feed. Atomic now gonna get confirmed as Godless comes in as well. So Kino definitely now having to try and find a way to get out of this. As Boom hard on the heels. Kino might not make it, but Pubg, I love this determination, right? Just absolutely committed to ending that one. Kino might not make it, but Pubg, I love this determination, right? Just absolutely committed. First point on the board. Now the pressure will continue to rise as we are going to be looking at the teams looking to find that next position, moving in towards the zone. Phase 2 is about to close on up. Phase 3 will hit very quickly. But look at this, Lord. Right, TODAK moving in. They spot Skyfalls rotating up. Beautiful spray here coming in from, I'll call it Dolphin. Let's see if they can get those shots converted into knocks and then even potentially eliminations.
I mean, Skyforce, they knew that there's one team and still they're trying to get those cars right from their noses. This is not looking good. I mean, that's the entire plan of doing it was always a flawed plan. But Team Skyforce, they're gonna lose one player. Scam, he had an idea that he is out in the open, but it's still not using any utility. It's a loose gameplay from both the sides. But Leon will be forced to take this 1v1. ICY had no idea. He rushed forward, tried to prone down out in the open as he was trying to dodge the bullets, but Godless will be spotted by Pubg. Boom Sports is gonna come in for a third party. It's TDK versus Team Skyforce when Boom Sports is also there. So this fight is far from over. It's gonna be a bloodbath. If TODAK Gaming decides to go all in, if Boom Sports decides to push, it's not gonna look good for anybody. But Boom, they're not gonna push. They will try to stay away, try to do a third party. But in the meantime, it's Skyforce who's down to the last man standing. So no hopes for them to get a check-in now. But yeah, now they have to pull survival strat and try to get more placement points. For the gaming, what a beautiful start, clearing with 2 elimination points. One of those were stolen away as Boom Sports started to third party with VIPERxKO versus VOIN Donkeys is also going on different angle. For the gaming, the spotted Sanchi is not gonna survive. He only had a single stone, and that was not enough to get cover. Skyforce gets eliminated on the 14th spot.
Yeah, I think saying a stone is appropriate. That wasn't a rock, right? The stone is a nice
that was a rock.
thing.
Yeah,
No, that was a stone. It was a stone because, I mean, we could very comfortably see that player hiding behind a bit of hard cover. There was not a lot to make much use of on that point. In the meantime, it is going to be BLUZZ squad now, leaning quite heavily into RRQ. We can see quite a few teams dropping all the way up in that far northwestern side. Ooh, we see Sem9 also now coming into that feed. Unfortunately, not in the way that they would have wanted to, right? We'd love to see that aggression, but now Sem9 up on the edge of zone, looking to gatekeep TALON, looking to prevent any of those entry points to be secured. But unfortunately for them, there's so much territory to try and defend here. TALON could quite easily get themselves situated into these regions, but here we go. It's going to be Yoru before the angle. Spots an opportunity up ahead. That little shack now could bite quite a bit hard, as it is potentially a potential play could be had here. Of course, being the players from VIPERxKO, Sem9 also right there. So it is just third party central right here. Of course, being the players from VIPERxKO.
I mean, whoever designed this map, that's a questionable spot for a shack. Why would you place it here? And there is no cover. There are windows from where everybody can spot them. They can probably push towards a close boulder and try to throw some utilities, and they will not survive. So, I mean, the big questions are there. But wait a second, there's another team try to come in. This time around, it's HALAL AXETRON who's trying to push on team Talon Esports, but the wraparound is definitely going to be there. Talon Esports wants to fall back. One of the players going for a different angle. The Talon Esports boy is still trying to take that information in that vehicle. He's going to get close then. He needs to throw some utilities. HLE, they realize that now that the position advantage is not there, it's good that if they fall back. And there comes the fall back. All four players took the vehicle, avoided this fight, avoided this contention. But then here comes a spray by Hitman because DX was there on the backside where they were trying to go. They avoided a fight with one team and now they're stuck to fight with another, and that is DX this time. Somehow HLE found two players, took both of them down and eliminated them. Now DX is left with only last two players. But HALAL AXETRON, they gotta watch out. Talon Esports can do a third party. They are busy with one team. They cannot afford to take their attention towards another. It's not gonna be good. There will be sandwich. Talon is focused on Vampires, in fact Vikings Esports, and side by side they're focused on HALAL AXETRON. So that's good from Talon Esports, but they gotta be careful. Losing your focus will definitely put you to your demise.
Yep, and if they learned anything going through the playoffs, all the last chances that they will need to keep their heads on a swivel, because these players can come in from every direction. That's going to be Haikyuu taken down. Now HALAL AXETRON already looking to get the ball rolling here, trying to get more eliminations, but instead the player gets knocked on down. Here is going to be that push now as Talon finds a bit of an opportunity. They are looking to capitalize on the position here. HALAL AXETRON could find themselves in a world of trouble. So much danger. The smokes are deployed, but it's not going to be enough. They don't stop bullets. They do, however, give your opponent a good idea as to where exactly you find yourself situated. Now Hitman trying to heal up. The molly is in, and down they go. HALAL AXETRON going out here with 2 points on the board.
Absolutely, just like that, the lobby is getting a little bit more smaller. And Talon Esports are getting all those elimination points. They have 6 already in the back. They need to revive their teammate. A 4-man up squad is going to charge in the circle once again. But Sam9, they took their knocked player on the vehicle. In the meantime, it's TODAK versus VOIN Donkey going on another side, where VOIN Donkeys, they're outside the zone. Potato, his position is revealed, but Nan got spotted by VIPERxKO. A third party is there. Once again, I thought the teams will try to focus more on rotation and not on fights, but everybody's focusing on getting elimination numbers up. Vampire Lazar is going to push forward. He's going to find 2 players, both of them knocked out and confirmed in his backpack. Last man standing of TODAK will be dealt by VIPERxKO and 4 elimination points in the backpack. That is beautiful. Look at the kill feed. VOIN Donkeys will also get eliminated, although it's DX versus Talon going on, because the last 2 players were also on the same spot where Talon took the fight up against Team HLE. As they eliminated HLE, the next focus was Team DX. DX is surprising them with some knockouts. Rosaurus, although he will get all the loots that he needs, he has all the information, all the utilities, but now Team Vampire needs to move inside the zone. But here comes another fight, Talon versus DX.
Alright, love to see it. Bandit are going to be losing one to the Brood. Yoru Johan takes a lot of damage, as it is going to be Dokkel right here on the front line, cooking up a nade, also taking a big chunk of that HP. Now, is this going to be Yoru able to close it out? Yes, they do, coming in just in the nick of time. Dokkel almost getting that spray. Another one rotates up, and that is the XAVIER getting swept out of here. Under the rug they go. Levi rushing out of that vehicle only to get met with an S12K. Now, Talon going to look to try and get themselves patched up here, as it is going to be Sam9 knocking on the door, trying to push on forward. We did see Satria getting one of those first few eliminations coming into this match at the very start. But now, is there going to be an opportunity for Talon to maybe hit those double digits? So far, doing an absolutely phenomenal job. But now, Sam9 though, can look to make this very difficult for them.
Absolutely, Talon Esports, they have worked with their coordination. The cover fire is always there. Some free fires and cover fires, all in all. It works like a magic. So Talon Esports, now that they are on the edges of the zone, they gotta watch out. The circle is gonna go, and it can go far away from them. Although I think the next circle is also here. The next challenge for Team Talon Sports is definitely going to be Sem9, and we've seen Sem9 doing wonders in the kill feed. They love to play aggressive. Once they find that momentum that they need to get things going, it will be a little bit hard for everyone to stop them. But Voicel, he got spotted. He was away from his team. That's not a good idea. Playing in such a split where your teammates cannot cover you or they cannot revive you, that's not a good idea. Talon is close up with the last two players. They have 8 elimination numbers. That's a good start. That's a good start of the grand finals. That's not a good idea.
Yep, that's definitely the approach that you want to take here. Get the ground running, lock in as many eliminations as you can. And it's interesting to see both Viper and Talon, or not Viper, Vampire, rather, right here alongside each other. Both squads in a bit of a standoff. Speaking about standoffs, though, there's going to be RRQ in the standoff here against the side of the Glue squad. Glue only sitting with 3. RRQ are going to be looking to try and capitalize on the available opportunity. They've got them somewhat pinned in and just on the outskirts of the building. XKF is going to get lit on fire. That Molly comes in pretty hot and swinging. Now Noel goes down. This could be that turning point for RRQ to lock in even more. The pressure is going to be riding pretty high. BTR are also going to get taken on out as Ada runs them down, sends them out. RRQ now unfortunately not going to be able to get the jump in here. Blue squad are holding their own and doing a really good job at staying alive.
Absolutely. 2 more teams put to the ground, and BTR is one of them, unfortunately. But Blue squad, 5 elimination numbers to the back. That is brilliant. You know, they were on the top spot in the group stage, so we can expect them doing the same thing. The entire plan of Blue squad is to stay alive, avoid all the unnecessary contention, rotate to the circle, by the book, and stay away from all unnecessary fight. Once again, Boom was trying to gatekeep themselves. I mean, they were trying to gatekeep them, but unfortunately they couldn't do it. Blue squad is inside the zone. Sem9 is also in a good spot, a comfortable spot. But wait a second, Blue will push forward. This time around, Boom Sports will go for the wrap around. They took one down, and another is down with a beautiful grenade. The split of Boom Sports is gonna catch Team Blue squad from rotating. Zero is gonna move forward, confirm 1 elimination points. Another player out of the picture. Blue squad, you're gonna be careful. Only 2 players left behind. Both the players, they're compromised. They are of low HP. You gotta watch out. They don't have any hard cover. They will be exposed if Boom decides to push forward.
Yeah, they will definitely be super exposed. But let's see how this one is gonna work for both these squads. Either way, they have to make a dash for the zone, right? That is the only way that they can survive the blue. Now, Vampire, Lazarus already well situated within the zone. Does spot a bit of a play onto Bonbit. But Bonbit not too interested in getting shot at, as they instead look to disengage, look for position just on the outskirts of zone. And Boom now bringing their players back into full swing as they are going to be pushing up with that 3-piece. Zero Bonbit. And then, of course, a teammate that has already secured the angle a little bit further on. Now, Satria keeping the angles pretty tight here, waiting for the shots to align. Glue could now be met with a cheeky grenade. Let's see whether or not Satria can get it in. Oh, is it going to reach? It's close. Oh, it finds a little bit, but not enough to knock XKF right on down. So this now makes it pretty obvious to the side of Blue that they have to still be very wary of this building.
You know, the biggest problem for Blue squad is that they are outside the zone. They need to move forward. The Blue is gonna hurt them. Although there's Sem9 who has their crosshairs on them, but then on another side it's Boom Sports. So Blue squad, they're not just sandwiched by 2 teams, they are sandwiched by the zone, and that's the reason why Strictly tried to move forward. Triad is gonna find him, it knocked him down, confirmation was also there. Now Blue squad is on the last player, on the verge of elimination. This is a do or die situation for him, but Talon from one side will definitely take the focus of Sem9. In the meantime, when they're busy with Talon Sports, is this gonna be an opportunity for Blue squad to make their way inside the zone, although things are not looking good for them. TALON are close. He was found out by Glue Squad. Glue Squad will take him down, and now the last man standing is XAVIER from TALON side. Although a grenade from Team Sim9 is gonna steal this elimination number away. Another grenade goes, and KF will confirm his elimination point. But before that, before he does anything else, he was spotted by Tryout, and Tryout will put Team Blue Squad to their demise. Sim9, they know that there's another player of TALON Esports. Look at them, they're pushing from two different sides with grenades. Axel is not just outside the zone, he is getting pushed from 3 players. And look at this, Vampire trying to make their ways inside the zone. They found BLUZZ, and that's not a good idea. That's not how you push inside the zone. Cleon will try to push forward. Yummy will find him. In fact, it was Sento who was put to the ground. Then now that Vampire Sports is on the last man standing, Lazarus will not wait. He will charge, and no more room for you to put your heels back. And Lazarus will finish all the players of Sports. But will he get enough time to revive his teammates? Sim9, they gotta realize that few of the players are knocked out. They need to push right now.
Well, this is going to be the showdown between the straight qualifying squads going through from the playoffs up against the last chance. Now, Tryout looking to see if they can get their hands on that winner chicken dinner. Sento just ahead of them. Both quickly looking to cook up a nade. Let lure Sento. Oh, comes in with a jump shot, and there we have it. A beautiful clutch up, but what a way to close it out. I mean, absolute carnage coming in here on the first match. A beautiful clutch up.
Absolutely, what a jump shot delivered and sent the entire team to the lobby. Sim9 eliminated, but Vampire Esports, what a domination by them. What a brilliant play by them. This match will give them probably 25 points, because maybe they had 14 or 15 eliminations, close to 25 points. Let's see what they have. How many numbers do they have on the points table? But what a play by Vampire Esports. There is a reason why this team won World Cups 2 times back-to-back, World Invitationals, World Cups, whatever we call it, World League. But yeah, they were the champions. But on the other side, Lazarus is going to be there with 6 elimination numbers, 1,024 damage. Some crazy gameplays by Lazarus out there.
Yep, Lazarus definitely doing some magic. Love to see it. 1,024. That is a pretty cheeky performance to bring in here. But no surprise to see that, right? Because Vampires, they just decided that this was the match in which they let it all out. And, well, they sure did. 15 eliminations up, 25 total points for them. A great way to open up the grand final. Sure did.
Absolutely. The star factor for this team's performance was definitely Lazarus. But moving on, we have Esports, another team who was so brilliant with their rotation and their eliminations. That is team Esports. They have 12 points in total, 7 elimination points with the name. TALON Sports with 8 elimination points, 12 total points with the name. Sim9 also played beautifully. They have elimination points, 11 total points. Blue Squad is also not lagging far behind. I mean, one good match and they can get close to probably Team Vampire Sports, and they will definitely dethrone Team VOIN Sports as well. But moving on, we had Vampire Sports for Pakistan, only one team who managed to be in top 6.
Yeah, I mean, this is what we want to see, right? You want to see those plays now. The players, the teams that have been able to keep the consistency going. It's a good, decent balance here, right? The top 3 coming through from last chance, the next 3 all the way from that straight up playoffs qualification. So the pressure pretty high, as we could have in the squads securing strong finishes. The XAVIER ASA though, so the pressure bit of a tough one, right? Not the way that you want to start, but it is the way that they were able to manage it. And they got to look to bounce back, coming in a lot stronger into the remaining matches for the day here, because the angles are going to be turned against them. And I think that we only have so many matches to play for, it is going to be a pretty tough one. The angles are going to be turned.
Absolutely, but before we move towards the next match, there's a short break coming in. So stay tuned, stay with us. We'll be right back with the next match.
E-commerce store preloaded with 20 handpicked products.
We'll be right back with the next match.
blending in so comfortably.
No.
90 degree.
No.
Not getting the memo, instead getting caught out on the road. A very, very big play. Or big oopsie being made right there. Lapardo not going to let this one slide for free. They keep on applying the pressure, looking for the opportunity. The angle in the HP bars now could take a little bit of a hit here. Zafar wants to lock through. 3 players remain for RRQ. On the other side, there's still going to be a very contentious angle being held here. RRQ, though, are going to be potentially losing another as Halal AXETRON just locks in.
Absolutely, but Hitman, what a way to go, man. Beautiful grenade by him, although he had no clue where the position of the last player, second last player is. Yet, the spray was there and the position was available. Wait a second, you're not quite there. With all that domination, Lapar is still surviving, and as long as he's surviving, RRQ is surviving. Now it's a 1v2 situation, although it was a 1v4. Lapar took down 2 players, both are eliminated. It's not looking good for RRQ, but it's looking worse for Halal AXETRON now. It wasn't looking good for RRQ. But wait a second, revivals are coming in. There'll probably be 3 men up once again. Halal AXETRON, they need to find that last player or maybe one more knocked out player. But can they do it? Mad Cat, he is already low in HP. His teammate is also struggling with the HP. Revival is going to be there from Lapar's side. The player is coming, crumbling, crawling all the way from the other side. And Team Halal AXETRON, they're not even going to spot him. And look at this. RRQ once again 3 men strong. It's not looking good for Halal AXETRON. And Hitman, although he played beautifully, the commitment should have been there. Once he took 2 players down, his players should have pushed. They allowed Team RRQ to clutch the situation, and Lapar, he was like, if you give me chances, I will pull off the miracles. I will surprise you. And Halal AXETRON, I think they've been surprised enough.
Yeah, but it's quite sad here that all that work Halal AXETRON has been doing so far has not really turned into good results for them. Instead, it has resulted in their players getting shipped back to the lobby. Look at those boxes just waiting for them. Now, RRQ, they've got a few more boxes ready to go. Will they be able to fit Halal AXETRON into that? You can see the angles again looking to be applied. Mad Cat patiently awaiting that rush to come towards them. Good trade though. Will RQ be able to pick it up? It's going to be a tough one. Just hoping for the angle. The res could not come through. And again, everything keeps on getting turned against Halal AXETRON. And Frosty getting hit here as well. Ooh, but Halal keeping their distance, kind of letting RRQ get that res. The nade is going to come through. Will it end the run for them? No, instead. Doesn't find anything. And way overcooked. Or undercooked, rather. Oh, look at that. 90 degrees down. Mad Cat now having the whole responsibility of the team riding on their shoulders. This is going to be a very tough decision here for them to make. That might be an easy one all at the same time. Good angle in the window, and that is it. RRQ go down Halal AXETRON. It took them a minute, but they eventually got to the point where they could turn that engagement around.
Absolutely, with RRQ. What a blunder by both the teams. At one point in time, both the teams were making blunders. But look at the situation where DRS, they're struggling. JD is the last man standing. VIPERxKO knockout, they gotta watch out. He can eliminate your players, but JD, instead of eliminating the players, he was trying to push and find the last one. But Alpha Boy will land the final blows. Now he can revive his teammates. A fight concluded by Team VIPERxKO knockout. And DRS getting eliminated. Sent back to the lobby. So VIPERxKO knockout, once again, the credit is going to be there. Even in the previous match, this team was sent back to the lobby. performing beautifully. They eliminated 2 teams. DRS was also there. So there's this romance going on between VIPERx Knockout and DRS, because in every other match, if DRS gets eliminated, it's VIPERx Knockout who is on that receiving side, and the only thing they receive is elimination numbers of DRS. It's VIPERx Knockout who is...
Yeah, that's not kind of what you want to do, right? You want to be the one the receiving, not giving out those points. But here we are going to be taking a look at that zone, which has taken us a little bit more in towards Gatka, and of course a little bit closer to the quarry side. So an exciting change up here with regards to where the zone is going to be going. But now, how will the teams look to get themselves situated? Are we going to be looking at a little bit more of a terrain clash? Teams will have to try and squeeze themselves into this. And it looks like those hills towards the eastern side of Quarry is going to be some prime real estate. Blue Squad also still pretty confident up into towards that more centered up positioning here. Now Bandit trying to find a bit of an approach. 7-9 Satria has spotted out Vampires. Mueller is trying to keep that hovercraft safe for the time being, but as the hovercraft goes up in flames, as does Mueller. Now Vampires feeling all the heat, the pressure, the players. They've got only two players remaining. They have to try and make a difference, but they are not here to assist their squad. Meanwhile, C1, they've been hearing the engagement. Now it could start to creep in, coming in to inspect to see what's cooking. Lazarus is going to try and pull off that res, but it's not looking great here for Vampires.
Absolutely, once again grenades are going flying, the position is compromised, minute advantage is not quite there, but wait a second, Lazarus will find one player. It's a 1v2 situation, the shotgun delivery is going to be there, but Lazarus will also be taken down, and Vampire will lose another fight, or maybe they are on the verge of elimination, whereas the last player of Vampire is Sports. Why is he not here? But in the meantime, Samlan, as they close down this fight, a third party is going to be there. Not enough time for Samlan to revive their teammates, because the charge in from TODAK Gaming is going to come in. So TODAK Gaming, they will get more players of Vampire Sports knocked down. On the back of it, there's C1 was also trying to close in, was also trying to make their crosshairs and find some elimination points in this fight, but TODAK Gaming are looking a bit more confident. And that third party, that was brilliant. That was very, very good third party, because they realized they took all the information when it was easy for them to push, they pushed and got the elimination points. Because they realized they took all the information.
Strategy coming through here, always got to try and follow up on as much as you can, but speed on what you can. The teams can now start to commit to their next phase of the rotation, as the zone will once again lean over towards that western front. So pretty consistent shaping up here, but this is where things look pretty hopeful, I would say, for the side of Skyforce. They have that entire western front to do with what they please. But this is where the east is where a lot of the pressure could start to come through. But Sem9 opting for a little bit more of a centralized positioning here. They're going to have to deal with that potential play coming through from the Blue Squad as well. Now looking down to the southern side, Vampires and TODAK heading all the way down to into Primorsk. So TODAK coming up with that follow through as they secure themselves even more points now, sitting with 3 eliminations up. Teams are slowly dropping in numbers. We are currently left with 13 squads, sitting with 3 who will be the one to walk away with that winner chicken dinner. Zero almost getting their HP bar zeroed out, as it is going to be Talon on the defending side. M, Yumi all pushing forward. They want to try and clutch this one up. Are they going to be able to get the jump in on Talon? I mean, Talon, they've been holding nice and steady. Both Broom and Talon coming through with 12 points into this match. Broom the only one to secure the elimination so far, but will that be enough for them to get the clutch up, as Talon only has a 2-piece? But look at this, Bandit is going to be rocking up right there back on their back end.
Absolutely, Movie Sports need to finish this fight as soon as they can, because Bandit is ready for a third party. You cannot take any players knocked out. But wait a second, look at the players of Talon Sports. They're gonna find Give Me Your Hand. They can knock him down, but on the back of it, Movie Sports will get the trade. But wait a second, Bandit is also trying to come in. All the fight is concluded here, but Bandit they will try to charge in. But before that, before Bandit decide to push forward, it's ASXI who's going to come for a third, maybe a fourth party in Bandit. Look at this, some brilliant grenades are going there. Iron with a beautiful spray, he'll take down another player. And look at this, with a blink of an eye, Bandit gets eliminated, all because Team ASXI, they were so quick. But Team VOIN Sports, this time, they've decided to charge in. And oh my god, a fifth party here. All the teams have decided to push at this one position where now it's difficult for ASXI to get out from this fight without losing their players, because now at one side it's VOIN Sports, on another it's Clue. ASXI, they gotta watch out, every rotation will be gatekept by some other team. So now that they're inside the circle, they don't have to rotate from here. But if they want to in any other zone, in any further zone, they gotta watch out. Dreams are there to gatekeep you, but Ningos, they're also trying to rotate, they're outside the zone. Blue Juice is gonna hurt them, but there is C1 right in front of them. The circle will be there, the next shift will probably leave them outside the zone, but before Dingos or the last player of Dingos try to move inside the circle, he'll be taken down by Champion Esports, and Champion confirming the second elimination point. You know, the entire focus of C1 in this match is to stay away from all the possible trouble. They will play by the zone and will try to get elimination numbers in the last zone.
Yeah, I mean, it's an interesting strategy there from their side. So I'm curious as to whether or not that is going to work out for them, because as we know, you kind of need eliminations. Right? If you keep it nice and quiet to the very end, it's going to be tough to bounce back, but that's not quite what we see Champions doing here, right? They have those 2 eliminations already, so it is looking hopeful. Now, Blue Squad getting caught in a sticky situation here, as it is going to be VOIN Donkey taking up a bit of a fight, but both squads also need to focus on that zone positioning. Sure, they're not too far away, but you don't want to get caught out in this blue unnecessarily. So it is going to be stage number 4. It's going to be doing pretty tough damage to them. And now, Xbox. Are they going to be gaming with the competition here? No, they're going to be focusing in on that rotation. They continue to push forward. Riley there from Skyforce. Too much. This could be another opportunity now for them to look to get a little bit more cheeky here. Blue Squad, we know them as one of those aggressive teams coming through from the playoffs. They have been trying it in the first few matches of the day so far. Let's see if game number 2 is going to be the one in which they can make it go click. As Sanchil though, it's going to stop them right there.
Absolutely, but look at the trigger discipline of Riley. He's not making any noise. He knows that if his position gets compromised, he will not just be knocked down. You know that he will be finished. But on the back of it, it's VOIN Donkey who wants to push towards the Visit Tower. That's the point of contention for now. Blue Squad falls for Icy, and look at VOIN Donkey's Potato will find Stickley. He'll knock him down one by one. The players of Blue Squad are going down, and now Blue Squad is left on the last man standing. But before Team Skyforce managed to eliminate Blue Squad, the last player of Blue Squad somehow managed to pull a clutch on Team VOIN Donkeys, and that was a 1v4 or 1v3. In the meantime, Skyforce needs to realize that it's the last man standing who's trying to revive his another teammate. Skyforce, I think they have realized, and now they are collecting themselves. They will try to push in. Look at them. The vehicle push is going to be there. Godless going on a different angle. He will try to take all the information. He knows that someone is probably getting revived here. They need to throw some utility here. They need to throw those grenades, and if they manage to do that, Blue Squad will get eliminated, and Skyforce will get 2 more points. But the circle is closing in. They need to do it quickly. Whatever they're planning to do, they gotta do it quickly.
Yep, they will definitely have to do that. But it is looking pretty tough now for Blue Squad as the blue has caught up to them. Skyforce Riley also getting hit with a little bit of that aggression, but ASIA are going to be holding just towards that eastern side. Sticky! Oh. Yeah, trying to make it out, but unfortunately players here from Skyforce and other intentions. And down they go now. There's not going to be an easy play moving into the rest of this zone. And Skyforce looks for an angle up towards the north. There's not a lot of options, but there is a very easy one onto ASI8. Interesting that Icy didn't choose to take the engagement. A very hesitant opportunity. I know why, because Sunshine was like, no, wait. I have a car. I have a B90. Let me see what I can do. I know why, because Sunshine was like, no,
Absolutely, Skyforce with 4 elimination points. They have the zone for themselves. They have no possible contention here. All that there is ASX side who will probably try to cut down their rotation, because both the teams, they need to focus on the next shift. They need to focus on the zone. In fact, Skyforce, they have the man advantage available. They gotta go for the best area inside the zone. This is the dog hill area that we're talking about, and that's where the circle is. Once again, Spotless trying to spot the players of ASX side. The map control is with Team Skyforce. There's no other team available, only one solo flu squad who's on top of that hill. So, yep, he can create a lot of trouble for you. But if you spot him out, you can certainly push him. But Riley will take cover behind his monster truck. I mean, that's a good idea. Team Skyforce is not trying to overcommit. They're not trying to go deep inside the zone, because they know that people are going to try and gatekeep them. They're going to try and settle here. Once the zone moves, then probably they will go all in. But here comes another fight. VOIN Sports versus Team VIPERxKO knockout. I don't know why do I say that. I don't know why do I say this. I mean, they are from my region, from Pakistan, and yet I confuse them with Vampire Sports. Maybe their tag looks almost the same, but some grenade trades are going in, yet nothing is connecting. No utility being connected.
Yes, unfortunate, right? But try again. Eventually, maybe you'll hit a little bit of something. Who also got a hit there with the side of the Glue Squad. 6 eliminations to show for this faction. Really good performance. We've now also entered up into placement point territory. So there will be a lot of available options here. ASI8 also still holding steady. 5 eliminations strong, 2 players up. And see if they can make a little bit of that magic happen. The edge of zone is going to be quite contested here. With Boom and VIPERxKO both wanting to be the one to rotate forward, wanting to be the team to contest in on towards that quarry positioning here. It's not going to be an easy one, even if they do survive the edge. You see champions also moving up from that southern side. So a lot of contention now, continuing to build. Teams trying to keep every angle under lockdown. I like this going through here from champions. Spotted Alpha Boy, but can they follow through? Can they get the jump in on them? So far, it seems like a possible yes. As Atomic comes through with a hit. Pubg also right there on the front line. Atomic really got to be careful as to how they push through this one. Because if they get the jump in onto VIPERxKO, that will open then the gates for Boom to try and see if they can apply even more pressure. Sword also getting ready to move. Is it going to say over onto the eastern side? No, it moves a little bit more to the west, but actually just centering up on itself. So this will allow for a big continuation on the carnage.
Absolutely, we see when still trying to take the players of VIPERxKO knockout down. The grenade is built right there. Beautiful grenades delivered right in the face of VIPERxKO knockout, and they are left with the last player. It's GokuBot who has all that responsibility, and look at C1. They are not deciding to hold on. They will just charge in, and a beautiful push will definitely eliminate VIPERxKO knockout. One more team sent to the ground. Look at Team C1 Esports. They're not stopping whatsoever. After eliminating VIPERxKO, they spotted VOIN Esports, and now they're pushing in. But wait a second, the players are going to go down. The trades are coming in. Atomic needs to do something. He's spotting the player of VOIN Esports. It's a 1v2, and it will not happen, as the last man standing will be taken down by Kinu, and now he has the responsibility to revive all the teammates. Teammates Exart will probably trying to push here. And now he has the responsibility to revive all the teammates. Teammates Exart will probably trying to push here. Gets the revive. The man advantage, but if I want to get a second now, it can help them. So let's wait and find out if they'll get a rep. but if they will get a revival. But on the other side, it's Skyforce. It's on the two players and trying to deal with the solos. TDK, it's a 1v2. You gotta watch out. You cannot push like this, and he will suffer. Nan gets eliminated, and so is the hope for TDK survival. You gotta watch out.
Yep, there we go. It is done and dusted now. 4 squads remain. ASI 8 on a duo. Skyforce moving through with a duo as well. And you were talking about champions having a good opportunity here, and I have to agree. 7 eliminations, 4 players up. We've seen this several times in the previous games. If a team makes it to this late stage and they still have their whole squad in the game, there's a very high chance that they get the victory, that they get that winner chicken dinner. But of course, these duos and solos can definitely look to change that. They can definitely look to play the upset. Let's see whether or not Woo and Iron are going to be able to pull this one against Champions Esports.
I mean, if only the teams manage to, do a third party and C1, only then they can take them down. Otherwise, C1 will eliminate everyone out there. They gotta find a way to fight with them together. But, teamwork can make the dream work, but they're not teams. There are different teams out there, different duos out there. If they do this, it will not be a teamwork, it will be something else. But here comes the first knock. Godless will find who will be taken down. And now, here comes another knockout by Kino. So they're definitely trying to eliminate a team, but this time it's not Team C1, it's Team ASXI, and down they go. Down to a 1v2v4 situation. C1 have every possibility to get this second winner, even if Riley decides to backstab them, which he will, because Kino has no idea. Balcha also has no clue. He was trying to go and try to have some loot from the crate, but Kino will also be taken down on low HP. One good grenade and it will be over for Kino. Atomic will definitely try and cover his teammate, but wait a second, he will expose himself and Riley will take the advantage. C1, and now the player is knocked out. It's a 2v2 for them, but before that, Team Skyforce, Sanchi tries to push, he gets taken down. Riley, responsibility is on him. He's moving in with a shotgun, but he will be dealt with, and Kino will get another elimination point. Not Kino, this time Icarus will get the last elimination point. It's a 1v1 situation. How did the team lose 3 players? Two of them eliminated, one of them knocked out. That's a big question. But now BTR is there. They're ready for a 1v2. But look at the player of C1. They don't have any idea where the last one standing is.
I mean, Skyforce turned into more of a striking force as they moved in with that duo of theirs right here at the very end. But now, Optimus, in a prime position, spots the play onto Kino. And see whether or not Argas can survive this. Will they get that rest? Looks like a potential yes. Seeing that there's a lot of ground here for Optimus to try and cover. They're going to be trying to just clear the way on their approach into that rush. Oh, Kino gets spotted. Got to watch out for the speed 90. Not quite sure whether or not champions are going to be able to survive the onslaught, the spray, the carnage. Well, it's the answer is yes. Easy. Just poke a shotgun at them and it really solves that problem coming through from the P90. It's the answer is yes.
Absolutely, a winner chicken dinner by them all because they had the minute advantage with VOIN donkeys. They could have also had a good match. There was C1 all the way. The man advantage was there. They were comfortable. They knew that this is their match. Although at one point in time it seemed like that they will get a third party by A6 side and they will get eliminated. But everything worked in their favor. The zone was there, the man advantage was there, and they utilized it to perfection. Although Skyforce also created a lot of problems for them. But what a momentum shift in the second match by Champions Esports. What a brilliant play.
Yeah, a good response here. I mean, it's much better than what we saw in game number 1, in which they got 1 point and then they took that one and made an example out of it, and they got the other one, but that was the top finish in this game, so well played to them. It is going to be BIGETRON by Vitality Optimus to be the MVP for the game, coming through with 4 eliminations and 744 damage. An impressive play here. Just shows you what a challenging match this dominance has proven to be. Erangel might be the bread and butter of PUBG, but is also a very contested map, as these teams have made it pretty evident. I mean, look at this. The highest elimination count that we can see is only 11. So champions are going to be feeling very, very happy about that. Skyfalls also could feel quite chuffed with themselves. 12 points is what they'll have to walk away with here. And of course, their BIGETRON by Vitality coming in on 11. 12 points is what they'll have.
Absolutely, the points table tells you that there were so many teams who tried to get their hands on the elimination points. Talking about Glue Squad with 6, VIPERxKO knockout, they have 6, VOIN 5, TODAK Gaming 6, AXETRON 5. So definitely everybody had their fair share on elimination numbers. Everybody tried to maximize their elimination numbers. But yes, there was one team who got the chicken dinner, and that was none other than C1. So huge shout out to them. But moving onwards, talking about the overall rankings, it's VIPERxKO still in the first spot. Champions Esports are breaching the top 3 with a beautiful winner chicken dinner with 22 points. They have in total. They are on the second spot. On third, we have VOIN Sports 10. Once again, Blue Squad trying to make their ways into the top 3. They did not have some brilliant games, but you know there are still 4 games to go. Blue Squad can show the domination in any match.
Yeah, and that's what we love to see. Those pretty tough contenders now stepping up against each other. But aside from Glue, we have even more squads than over on towards the second page, right? XAVIER and NEXORY so far, but aside from yet to step up and secure those points. Of course, we've not seen NEXORY out on the battlefield yet, but XAVIER, I don't know if this is a tactic from theirs, right? Keeping it quiet for the first few rounds, and then all of a sudden just trying to ramp up the performance, looking to see if they can clutch it out. I mean, sure, it does maybe provide you with an extra dose of adrenaline to come through from that. But yeah, it is an interesting strategy. Love to see them really try to double down on the efforts here as they come into our next match. But this is where we find ourselves after the first 2 games. Really try to double down on the efforts.
Absolutely, but we do have 4 more games to go. 2 maps of Erangels are left, 2 maps of Miramar out there. You were feeling happy that we have only 5 matches, but now DK, that was the wrong graphic. We have 6 matches, 4 more to go. But before our next match, we have a short break. We'll be right back. Grab your snacks, grab your popcorns. The action is still there. But before our next match, we have a short break. We'll be right back. The action is still there. But before our next match, we have a short break. The action is still there. But before our next match, we have a the action is still there. But before our next match, we have the action is still there. But before our next match, we have
quick step back in time. Right. Going to the previous season of gameplay as we are here in the Asia Showdown Season 4. Getting ready to move into match number 3, which of course is going to mark our halfway point for the day. So quite a bit has already happened here, right? We did see Vampire Esports coming through with their winner-winner chicken dinners. We did see the players from Champion Esports coming in with their winner-winner chicken dinner. So I'm curious as to who's going to step up. Boom, Glue, Bigetron, as well as TODAK and VIPERxKO, Skyforce, and Sem9. All of those squads have just been really applying the pressure on the overall standings as well. I mean, you can add talent to the mix. So I'm curious as to how these teams are going to be looking to up that performance, and then what the rest of the squads will be doing, right? Will we see ASI, RRQ, and the rest of the teams positioned below them on those overall rankings light a bit of a fire here, because they need it. They need points if they want to contest.
Absolutely, everybody needs points. Everybody is trying to get their hands in the top 3 spot. But you know, the pressure is the reason why some teams are being unable to do it. But everybody wants to try and fight. We saw the first match where everyone was going all in, but now that you can see the teams have realized it's grand finals, you gotta watch out, you gotta be careful, and that's what Team C1 did, and they got the chicken dinner. Moving onwards, it's the match number 2 of Erangel, match number 3 in total of